Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide news update. SeaWorld Orlando over in Florida have announced a new roller coaster coming to the park in 2024. It's set to be known as Pengiun Trek, and in this video I'm going to share all of the details that we know so far, officially released by the park, about this new family thrill roller coaster. I've got to say, what a great few years it's been for SeaWorld with investments. Of course, we've seen Pipeline the Surf Coaster, Icebreaker, Infinity Falls, the list goes on. They really have put in some amazing attractions over the past few years, and yeah, they've really thought about their investments moving forward, which is fantastic to see. Now, Pengiun Trek is set to be built by Bolliger and Mabillard, B&M of course for short, and yes, SeaWorld Parks and Resorts and B&M have got a fantastic relationship, because you've got to think they've got a lot of their coasters throughout their parks, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. However, they've also just opened the first ever surf coaster at SeaWorld, so the fact they're actually going to be working with B&M on another first is brilliant to see. So I do like that relationship that we're seeing here between the SeaWorld parks and also, of course, Bolliger and Mabillard. Now with this, you're actually going to sit on board a Snowmobile train, which is going to make this very unique. And it kind of goes into the way that B&M are also creating family roller coasters now. For many, many years, B&M have been most famous for their big thrill coasters. Think Nemesis and Oblivion at Alton Towers, some other big rides like SheiKra at Busch Gardens Tampa. They've created so many amazing thrill machines over the years. And yet they have tried the family market in the past. They did a couple of family inverted coasters that can be found in China quite a few years ago. But other than that, they've not really tried anything new family-wise. So it's nice to see these past couple of years they're really trying that again. I mean, you've got Mandrill Mayhem, for example, down at Chessington here in the UK, family shuttle wing coaster. Along with that, they opened another family wing over in Germany at Legoland. So yeah, we're hoping to do that at some point in the near future. So it's really good to see B&M trying something new, and of course SeaWorld wanting to give them a try and see what B&M can do from a family coaster. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what Pengiun Trek is going to be like. But in terms of for the park, this is the 8th roller coaster to come into SeaWorld Orlando. Lots of investment in these past few years, and yeah, with this ride, I love the idea of the theme and the fact it's going to be a story-based coaster as well. Something we've not really seen for a few years now at SeaWorld. They've actually said, and this is a quote from the director there, it's going to be the most immersive addition to the coaster capital of Orlando. So yeah, that's a really promising sign. So let's go into the stats, shall we? So of course we know it's manufactured by B&M. It's actually going to be a double launch coaster with a top speed of 43 miles an hour. So again, straight away, it shows it's not going to be quite a short ride. We're going to be seeing 2 launches on this, and also it's going to feature indoor and outdoor sections as well, with this whole kind of backstory that I'll move on to in just a second. But yeah, we talk about the actual stats for the ride. Quite impressive. Just over 3,000 feet of track, going to be a good length for a family thrill coaster. Now we say, of course, you've got snowmobile trains. What exactly does that mean? So yeah, as we can see here from this official concept art, you can just see the back of one of the trains. It's not a full train reveal, just partly, but you can see here how that's going to be. Looks very interesting with the restraint style just there, something completely different, like a lap bar coming down. Does look very comfortable. Reminds me quite a lot of some of the Vekoma, more modern Vekoma coasters. So it's nice to see B&M kind of trying something a bit different restraint-wise there as well, something that we're not really used to. No vests or anything like that. Yeah, it just looks very different to what we've seen from Bolliger and Mabillard in the past. Now, along with that, I think the overall train design is going to make this a good, fun coaster, especially with a top speed of 43 miles an hour. You imagine that it's going to be a great ride anyway, but what they're planning on doing here with the theming is going to take that to the next level. And it's nice to see SeaWorld go more back on theme, because with Pipeline, I know there's a couple of bits around, but it's not spectacular theming wise. Icebreaker has pretty much got nothing around. So with this, it's nice to see them going back into the themed experiences again. And I've already said that quote about it being the immersive, most immersive addition to the coaster capital of Orlando. Well, also, they've got some more facts and figures about this. So yeah, it's actually going to navigate the twists and turns, narrowly escaping the crumbling hazards of icy caverns. So yeah, I do like the sound of that. It's like you're going to kind of launch outside all these twists and turns, some big kind of rock work and, well, ice sculptures around. Hopefully that's what what we're going to see from the theme of this, kind of going round. And yeah, I think that's going to be a really nice kind of near miss element as we're heading round on these snowmobiles, instead of it just being, you know, soil underneath or grass or just like small little rocks. It's going to hopefully have some big props and set pieces around, which is good to see. And the fact they're saying the most immersive, to me, shows it's going to be heavily themed, because I would class Journey to Atlantis as quite an immersive attraction. So the fact they're topping that is interesting to see. As much as Journey's not been as good these past few years since the removal of the story, still there's a lot of theming and props around. So the fact they're claiming that, I think we're going to be seeing quite a lot of scenery to look at. In terms of the indoor sections, you can see a lot of practical sets here. There's the sign, there's all the rock work around, possibly some projections and screen use in there as well. Looks like that's what we could possibly see. I mean, was lucky enough to do Dark Coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg this year, another one in their chain, and we enjoyed the theming and some of the effects on that. So maybe we'll see some similar style to what Dark Coaster was like with this. However, I am expecting this to be even heavier themed, because obviously with Dark Coaster, the clue was in the name, it was quite dark in quite a lot of the scenes. However, that added to the story. With this, you need to actually see all these icy caverns and like the ice kind of falling down and stuff. You know, it's going to be interesting just to see exactly what they do. But I think we're going to see projections, possibly screen use inside here as well from the concept art that we can see. Now, of course, we know it's going to be a new coaster, indoor and outdoor scenes, but actually it's in a part of the park that used to have another attraction, and that was Antarctica Empire of the Penguin. It was a trackless dark ride that opened back in 2013 and closed in March 2020. It didn't reopen after the pandemic. There was all sorts of rumours saying the ride system are being left out, you know, literally in the cold for so long. They didn't look after it during the pandemic shutdown, and they came back to it after, and it was completely frozen, completely broken. And to be honest, I think that would make sense. SeaWorld's been getting some great numbers recently. Why would they just have a ride closed when it didn't need to be? Especially a big modern, ultra advanced trackless dark ride that, you know, isn't even that old. They definitely want that still open. So yeah, I think that's probably true what we heard there. So yeah, obviously the ride system wasn't looked after how it should have been during the shutdown. But yeah, this replacement is going to take up some of that space, and of course outside next to it as well. And the themed area is beautiful around there. You got all the big ice sculptures already, and yeah, it looks really nice. So yeah, with this, it's going to have a white track outside as well, black inside where we're not going to see it. But yeah, I think that's going to come together really, really nicely. Along with that too, what's going to make this extra special is at the end of Antarctica Empire of the Penguin, you actually saw the penguin exhibit there through a big glass window, and yeah, it's going to be the same sort of style on this coaster. At the end, you're going to come off and see the penguins, and then you've got the walk-through area, which is still operating now, that you'll be able to go through as well. So I do think that's quite a nice, quirky touch of what they're doing with this, and yeah, kind of, yeah, it fits all together with the thematic experience that they're trying to create here. Something else I'd like to see is possibly onboard sound. I think it would be nice to see that added onto it. However, you can't really tell from the concept art if it is or not. But still, it looks like it's going to be a great addition to SeaWorld Orlando. Very much looking forward to experiencing this at some point in the future. The 8th coaster at that park, another B&M coaster for them as well, which is crazy. I believe that means they're tied with another park now for having the most B&Ms in one park, but very impressive to see. I like the direction SeaWorld's gone with lots more ride investments, and since Mako, they've just been like smashing it out, haven't they, with lots of brand new rides, which is fantastic to see. But let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. It's Pengiun Trek. It's opening in spring 2024. And yeah, look forward to riding it at some point in the future at SeaWorld Orlando. Of course, stick with us here at Theme Park Worldwide for all of the latest theme park news updates. We've got much more coming up on the channel, so stay tuned for that. I'm Sean Sandbrook, thanks for watching, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.